Three, two, one. All right. What's up, man?
What's going on? How you doing?
Oh man, pretty good. We had some technical difficulties, but everything's a learning process here, especially for
Oh, of
Twitch
course.
and podcasting as well. So
Yeah, the
yeah,
interesting thing about Twitch or podcasting is when you first start out, it's it's like, okay, what do I do? And because before you used to be able to just hit a live button in Twitch. Like you could
right.
just click I'm live, but now they don't let you do that. You have to actually have a third party software like OBS or XSplit or Slobs, and that just kind of honestly, I feel like the more steps it takes for someone to just start something, the more off-putting it is for new people, which is not to completely change subjects, but which is why I think cryptocurrency is where it is right now.
Yeah,
It is getting popularized, but it's not popular because like a mutual friend of ours, I don't know if I should say her name, but yeah, she's like, how do I get into crypto? And I was like, get Coinbase, that's step one. And she's like, okay, I have it, what do I do? I'm like, well, you gotta buy crypto now. But it's like, it's not as easy as just like, I mean, even buying stocks is a bit steep of a learning curve. You have to like make an account with like E-Trade or whatever stock trading company. I'm not in stocks, so I don't know, but you have to like put your funds in, get cleared, then you can start trading, and then you get taxed on all your trades. And so it's like kind of lame. And then there's commissions on all your trades. With crypto, it's different, and I think you know this as well. Like it's just there's no like commissions per se. It's just if you move crypto from one place to another, then there is like a bit of a it's called like a miners fee because the people who are mining the crypto get compensated for
yeah.
like crypto getting moved. Anyway, way off subject. So back to streams and podcasts. Yeah, I feel like the learning curve is not hard. It's just the entry point seems a little difficult. And then a lot of the YouTube videos when I first started streaming were not very helpful as far as like how to set up your stream, how to make things good.
I would
Like,
say it was
I've
very
yeah, go
bare
ahead.
bones, like X, Y, and Z, right? It's like here's how you do
Mhm.
this and that, but it doesn't tell you
Yeah.
like exactly how you want to present it, right?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's like even though like creator camp on Twitch is not very full fledged, it's just kind of like, all right, guys, welcome to Twitch. So you're gonna want to download some software. Then you're gonna want to set up your stream. Make sure you're having fun. And it's like, huh? Like, what if I'm an introverted person and I'm not used to talking. I'm bad at public speaking, or I'm not a talkative person at all. Like what is having fun? Having fun for me is sitting here playing a game and not communicating with anyone. So, and that can work, but it doesn't there's no in-depth. So maybe today Jojo and I will go over some things. Well, I would like to say, at least for me, how I kind of fell bass backwards into like streaming, because I started the stream 2 years ago, and I was doing like photography streams where because I'm a photographer. So I was doing product photography. So I showed like my setup, like how I take pictures, edit them live on stream and everything like that. I did like review videos where I only did one review video because I was only streaming for like a month because I just wanted to get affiliate. That's all I wanted to do. That was my whole goal when I first started streaming, because basically I was just trying to prove my friend wrong, who was like, he was like, "Oh yeah, you'll never get affiliated in a month. That's like impossible." And because I know recently it's very easy to get affiliate, but 2 years ago it was actually kind of hard because the growth since 2 years on Twitch is like beyond exponential. It's like, let's say it was like 5% increase 1 year, 2 years ago in viewership. Then it was like 10% viewer increase. Now it's like 7,000% viewer increase, like eyes on Twitch. So it's just crazy how much has exploded in even the past 2 years.
So what year did you get affiliate?
I got affiliate in 2018.
2
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, but like I said, I streamed for that 1 month and then I didn't stream except like once in a great while just to make sure I kept my affiliate thing, because you have to stream at least once every 6 months just to keep like affiliate. So that's all I did just to like maintain that. But I never was like into it. And then when I just started streaming again 2 months ago, I like found this new love for it. And I'm gonna be honest, it's JoJo who got me back into streaming. He We both enjoy electronic music, and there was a live event going on
Oh yeah,
Twitch,
dude,
and
that was like the first icebreaker. It's like, oh yeah, you're cool. All right, we can get along. This guy's
yeah,
cool.
he like put an emote in the chat there, and I was like, what is this emote? That's interesting. And I clicked on it. Yeah, dude, dab on the haters for
Yeah,
JoJo for reals. And yeah, he put an emote in the EDM chat, and I was like, that's interesting. And I clicked, and then I looked, okay, let me go to this channel. Let me see. And then I was like, hey, what's up? I just saw this emote. And then JoJo was just super cool in the chat, and he was a mod for that channel. And we just kind of like clicked right away. And so it was a really interesting experience. And then watching the channel that he was moderating, it's crystallized, by the way, in case you guys don't know.
yeah.
Oh, there she is. Speak of the devil.
First name drop right there. Twitch
Literally,
TV dot
literally.
Twitch.tv/crystallize.
That's twitch.tv slash
Yeah.
crystallize, everyone. She's
So
in the chat.
so Andrew, give her a shout out. You know.
Over here, I thought you started because of me. Hey, I was getting there, Crystal. So, literally, that was the next part of my story. So, I got into the channel, and then I was watching Crystal, and she's like just having fun, just like being herself, like super entertaining. And I was like, huh, maybe I had it all wrong. Maybe I was thinking like, okay, let me do this, and then let me do this, and then you know, I'll get somewhere on Twitch. And I was thinking to myself, maybe this isn't the way to do this. Maybe if I just truly try to be myself, like what if I just try to be myself, like talk as much as I always do in real life, because I'm a talker, as you guys can see, because it's JoJo's podcast, but I
Oh,
have hijacked
so I have a question for you. So, what was your initial mindset before you met us for streaming? By the way.
So my initial mindset, well, I was in not a fantastic headspace, actually. I was, because COVID was in full swing. I was just like, never left the house except for like grocery shopping. Never, like, I was working from home, so I'm like just in front of my computer all day. But I mean, yes, I'm in front of my computer all day right now. But it was more like I'm working, and the because I'm an editor. That's like my bread and butter. That's how I make my money, editing and visual effects. And so I was working, and I used to have such a passion for that stuff, and I still do. But like the scale of passion, like always shifts for me. Like I'll be super passionate about something for a while, and then it'll be like, and then the scale shifts. And for me right now, streaming is such a passion for me because I feel like it's a way for me to better myself. And after I joined Crystal's chat and I saw how natural and fun and just like cool it was, and she had like such a thriving community, or she still has such a thriving community, and it made me feel like I was included in something, and that was really nice for me. Like I felt
Sorry,
like I could talk to
sorry
people
to cut you off, but
naturally.
like, do you remember
Yeah.
what game she was playing?
Yeah, I don't, because I was so involved in chat, like I didn't even
Huh.
remember. I don't. Oh wait, it was DJ
There was
Max.
DJ
She was
Max.
playing.
Yeah.
It was DJ Max. That's right. That's right. That's right. She was playing DJ Max. Cheers to DJ Max. All you DJ Maxers in chat. I bought the game, played it twice, haven't picked it up since. And I bought the game because I really wanted to play with people. Like I wanted to have that, like, okay, because like way back when CS Counter-Strike, when Counter-Strike was not even at source, like 1.4, okay. That's like I started playing Counter-Strike. I mean, we're talking like 1990 something. And you would have to go to, or maybe even 2000. You know, you have to go to like the internet cafes or like the PC LAN centers, and then you play with like your friends and stuff. And so I would like thousands of hours playing CS:GO. It's not CS:GO, just Counter Strike with my friends in a LAN center. And
Oh,
then internet got better.
oh, by the way,
Go ahead.
how old were you when you went to your first PC cafe? Because I think for me, I was around
16?
yeah, same age.
I think it was,
So I was like
yeah, I think it was like
14,
16,
15.
17. Yeah. Rat server 24/7. I love that.
Okay, so funny story for me when I was like
Yeah.
growing up, and
Hmm.
there was like a PC cafe like right around our
Hmm.
area. It was like within walking distance of my neighborhood, right?
Yeah, mine was like half a mile away. Yeah.
Yeah, so like probably after school, like me and my friends would just walk there because like
Hmm.
our school was like also in within walking distance too. It was like within
Yeah.
like 2 to 3 miles, right?
Hmm.
So whenever we would go there, like we would just play Counter Strike 1.6,
Hmm.
Warcraft 3, and
Hmm.
maybe a little bit
Oh
of like
man.
other games
Warcraft
there too.
3.
Like,
Dang.
do you remember Gunbound?
Oh my gosh, I
Yo,
love Gunbound. Yes.
yo, Gunbound
Your
was so
connection not
sick.
good with
Yeah,
others.
yes, dude.
My friends and I still say that to this day. Anytime someone has connection issues, oh, your connection not good with others.
Oh yeah, I don't have your chat open, so my bad.
Oh, you don't have to have my chat open. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
that's cool. Bought game, logged in once, never played again. Yep, sounds about right, Crystal.
but that PC cafe was kind of sketchy for us though.
Hmm.
Like the guys were cool, but like we knew something was up there.
Dude, that's how I felt about mine. So it was owned by like my friends that I call them like the Asian mafia because
Yo,
we think they were Korean, but we're wondering maybe Chinese. But it was like you walk in and this like big, like tatted up, wearing like literally, I felt like it was Sleeping Dog style. Like he had like a wife beater, the huge fat gold chain, and he was just like he's the desk guy, right? And you walk in, and it's like, hi, he's like $20 an hour, and I'm like,
yeah.
but how? I'm a kid. He's like $10 an hour. I was like, okay. So like I don't even think it was a money thing. I felt like it was kind of money laundering, actually. Like that. It felt super shady. So
So you
but I mean they had great PCs and stuff. So
so growing up, you grew in Colorado, right? Or was it California?
California, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was the same for us too. Like the same description, but like this guy had like an Asian fro.
Uh-huh,
He was
uh-huh.
all tatted up. He had change. He's like, yo, uh, $15 an hour. All
Right,
right.
the price changes just if you know them or not.
But like we would know there'd be some sketchy stuff because like at night, if you stay there at night, like they'd have their friends over and they'd be like gambling. They'd have a poker table like right in the lobby,
Hmm.
just gambling,
Hmm.
and
That's so
people would
funny.
be like smoking cigarettes, probably smoking weed there,
Hmm.
even drinking too.
Hmm.
Like when my friend's dad picked us up, like he was kind of like he didn't really go inside, but like he knew what was going on there. It was like
Hmm.
he was like, "Are you guys good in there? That looks like a not very safe place, you know." And we're like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah, we're fine. In fact, we're pretty cool with the owners there too.
yeah. Right. Yeah, as long as you're cool with the owner. Yeah. So my
Yeah,
friends and I, we played there so much that we got like really, we became pretty close with like the door guys, the owner, and it would be like a group of five of us, and we'd get to all play for like $5 an hour, like
right,
all of us. It wasn't $5 each; it was five for the group, and so
right.
you
We
know
had a five
it
dollar
was really
weekend
cool.
special for ours.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
and even the owners would play with us too. It's like, oh hey, we're doing a Counter Strike tournament.
Oh,
Like
that's
who's
super
in,
cool.
and then whoever wins, it's like
Who's
I don't
in?
know, first place, second place, like they get free hours. It's like oh
Hmm.
sweet, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
yeah, me and my friends would just play against the owners. We'd win.
That's awesome.
We'd get free hours. Like sweet. And then
That's super cool.
that was pretty much our hangout spot because like a bunch of
Hmm.
my friends were like gamers, and
Yeah.
we didn't have PCs back then. We had like PlayStations, Super
Mm-hmm.
Nintendos back then. So
Yep.
PC building wasn't a thing for me until like college. So I didn't really get into PC gaming that much until like later on. But that was a fun experience. Like I really miss like those LAN parties.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but long story
So
short, that PC
yeah.
cafe, by the way, like I guess it's probably like 2 years later, it
Mm-hmm.
it got raided by the SWAT team.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, cause like since
So then
it
there you go.
it was it was bound to happen, cause like it's like, hey man, what's under the wooden floorboards there? It's like, oh, I mean,
Oh my
don't worry about it. We're gonna fix it soon. And it was always there.
oh my
And
goodness.
what my friend told me was like that was their stash.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I never saw
Rated.
what was in there. I don't know if there was any guns or drugs or money, but like
Mm-hmm.
that, apparently that was their stash, and that place
Yikes.
closed down. And we're like, damn, that was such
Yeah,
a good place.
the place that I went to closed down not because of anything illicit. They just, I think, as PC building culture and the internet speeds and everything kind of just like more went online, they just like declined and people didn't need to go to like a LAN cafe
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
So that was just kind of what happened to them. They just shut down, like, I think for lack of business. So yeah,
Yep.
but
PC cafes aren't
back,
that huge around here anymore because like everyone has a PC
mhm.
now. It's still
Yeah,
huge
exactly.
in Korea though, for some reason.
Probably because like I think the StarCraft 2 scene and even Overwatch and like those kinds of like Blizzard games are really big still
Oh yeah,
in Korea. And so it's good to have, you can scrim with like random people and you can also find like maybe the next up and comer there. Like you never know, right? So it's those kinds of places I think are um unique in the sense that you can spend lots of time there, get to know lots of people, learn different techniques from people who've been playing forever, maybe, or those kinds of things. So I kind of miss having those centers. There are some still around, but I don't think
it's not
it's not like it
as
was before. Yeah, where it was
yeah.
like every other block, it felt like there was a LAN center. So, but not to bring it back to streaming, but I don't think LAN centers would help people stream though. Like, it's good to
Yeah,
meet people and talk and play like games together with people. But as far as streaming is concerned, yeah, like I feel like the best thing, not that anyone asked me, but my 2 cents for streaming is if you do want to stream, like go for it, but don't go with the expectation that it's going to be this like huge thing because if I'm going to be honest, it is a huge, like if you want to try to get somewhere, you have to be ready to commit. And that is like anything in life. If you want to be a pro athlete, if you want to be a whatever, if you want to be anything at a high level, you have to commit fully to it and you can't just kind of like dabble in it like, oh, hey, and it's cool if you want it to be a hobby, if it's something that's relaxing for you, that's great. Me personally, I'm streaming because every day it allows me to become a better person, like talking with different people, interacting, seeing what my mind can come up with when I play a new game, like whether I'm RPing or just trying to beat a puzzle because I suck at puzzles, but like it is what it is. And maps, like, I mean, in the real world, I have a great sense of direction, but in video games, I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. Like I'm so lost all the time. So I feel like it helps me, it keeps my mind sharp, talking a lot, and I like to talk a lot, so it's kind of easy for me to just hop on and whether I have one viewer or whatever amount of viewers, I'm gonna keep talking because that's just who I am, and I enjoy the interaction and the that community feeling that I get and like playing games like as if I'm like playing with like friends or family like together and we're all like watching like someone beat a game or win. It's like, oh, you did it. Like I love that like group mentality of like, yes, we'll do this together kind of thing. So for me, that's what like streaming has become because I haven't edited a video on stream in at least a few weeks, and that's kind of how I got back into streaming, was like editing my trailer or editing trailers and stuff like that. By the way, that trailer that I showed on stream, the one about the slave movie, it's
Yeah,
won like 3 awards now.
that's
Just my
awesome.
trailer for best trailer at a festival. So I can add all the laurels, like those
Nice.
olive branches stuff to it.
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool.
I'm glad I was there for that. That was really cool. Like, because you never get to see like the mindset of like an editor, and that was
Hmm.
really interesting for me to watch. It's like how you examine like certain shots, like, oh, that doesn't fit here, or this might
Hmm.
this might be good here, and
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
made me think because like I'm always gonna parallel this to like music and DJing, right?
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
almost like the same way how I think with like music. It's like, okay, the sound doesn't go here,
Yeah.
or there's a certain element or beat that doesn't go here, but I can move it here
Yeah.
and it will sound better. So
Mm.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
we talked about this for we always talk about this, but there's like always a parallel within our arts, you know?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it might even be the same with like graphic design or art, like actual art, like drawing. Like, oh man, it'd be good if I shade this area, or like, oh, I know the light's coming from here, so the picture is gonna look like this. So like you have to already kind of have an idea of what you want to get to the end goal. And so when I have a video concept in my head, or if someone gives me an idea like, hey, I need a video for, and then they don't give me like, they, because usually people don't have an idea of what they want, they just have the end goal, like I need a commercial for XYZ. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the product? And then they tell me, and it's like, bing, like right away I have the idea in my head. And I write it out, I let them know, like, okay, so here's my idea. They're like, oh, I wouldn't have thought about it that way, or whatever it is. So, and then I go and do it, and then that's it. So, I mean, there's always like reviews, because people, okay, when I edit with someone, whether they're sitting right next to me or they're like, we're doing an online session, it's so funny how I'll do something. Like I'll make some edit, or like a music choice, or like, do something, and I'm like, this is so good. And then they watch it like, oh, could we actually put like this here and like move the music here? And they want to do like 5 or 6 different changes. And then I'm like, okay, sure. So I do it. And they're like, actually, can we go back to what you had? I like that better. I'm like, of course you like it better. This is what you're paying me to
Oh my.
do this. So if you want to edit, go for it. Then you don't have to pay anyone. But you're paying me for like the knowledge and like the time I've spent, like years, decade plus of my life into editing. So if you don't, and it doesn't matter if they've been a long time client of mine or not, everyone wants to like put their finger in the pie. It needs a little more sugar. Wait, can we take out some
Ooh.
of that sugar? It's too sweet now. Like that's always what they want to do.
Too many
And
cooks, man.
so
Too many cooks.
yeah, yeah. So it's like hire the chef. Like you don't hire Gordon Ramsay and then say, actually, Gordon, let's bring in Wolfgang Puck. I need both of you. Like what? No, just hire one. Like they know what they're doing, and they will each give you a different result. So it just depends on the result you want. So yeah, I mean that's kind of like what it is for me with editing. And like one of my longtime clients, he he'll do that even now. He'll be like, hey, can we move this over? And I'm like, and I always say like, are you sure? He's like, hmm, no, you know what, you're probably right, this is good the way it is. But there's some things he just want, like, and I understand people are like visual and they want to see if something works, and maybe it works in their mind but it doesn't work on paper or like in the edit. And
Right.
so like I don't mind. I'm not one of the I have worked with editor, like, on like teams of editors. I've worked with other editors and they are like stuck in their like, nope, that's my edit. This is my art and I will not change it. And I'm like, are you paying yourself for this? Like, how do you like just say no? Like, it blows my mind, because you're paying me, man. Okay, you want a dog exploding in the right hand corner? Done, easy. Like whatever you want. Like I don't care. You tell me what you want, I'll do it. But I just know from my experience what the right pacing, the right feeling for this moment of this edit should be. And especially for, because like I follow editing trends and like all that, like I'm very up to date on everything I do. So I'm not like those some like proclaimed editors who, like, I've edited 2 features already, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot of work. Just one feature takes like a year of your life, you know? So it's like you're like you can't do anything else. It's so time consuming. And
And
so
I would say with the editing rate, people see it in different versions too because the director
mhm.
has to see it, the
Yep. Oh
sound
yeah.
guy,
Yep.
the
Yep.
editor, and whoever
Yep.
else, right? Whoever else
Yep.
wants to put their finger in the pie kind of thing.
Yeah, the
So
sound guy doesn't really get like the like they don't really get to put their finger in the pie. They get to add an ingredient, which is the sound. However, if they're like, hey, this X, Y, and Z doesn't work, we need to ADR this, then then now that becomes my problem because I have to like either go back with the director and say like, okay, look, either we ADR this and it's gonna look like this, like, how are you? Oh, I don't know. Even like pro sound editors still suck at ADR. It's the nature of it. Like the performance in the moment is always going to be different than the performance on like a microphone in the studio. Like, yes, I love you, or it's like, yes, I love you. Like it's going to be different. Like you just can't get that same feeling. There's no one in front of you. It's just a microphone. You know, Even like amazing actors still struggle with that. So that just is kind of what it is. But yeah, everyone wants like you're right. Directors, executive producers, like everyone's like, Actually, can we do this? And it's like, oh God, really? Yeah.
so
So
in a hierarchy, like who really has to say? It's like you and the director, right?
when you say
Is
who
there a
has to say,
hierarchy?
well, in what regard do you say like who has a say? Like for
Yeah,
what? Like for how the final picture looks, or
yeah, or in general, like how it
yeah. So
should look.
basically, yeah. So they're executive producer slash producers always have the final say. Except the caveat to that is if you're an executive producer and every movie needs to go through a distribution company, unless it's some like amazing gem that's like everyone's like like fawning for it, but usually movies have to go through like a distribution company, and if the distribution company is like, you know what, we don't like this stuff, take that out, and then it's like crap because they are the ones who are going to put your thing in theaters or on a streaming service or whatever. So if they don't like something, they have the final say because it's either get distribution or keep my art. What do I want? So most people go for the I want distribution, because that's going to get you exposure, that's going to help you get the next job or like get hired as a director, editor, whatever for your next thing you want to do. So if we take distribution out and we take executive producers out, then basically it comes down to this: I get handed a hard drive, and then I get the script, and I get all the scripty notes. Whoever was like script supervisor, they're taking notes for like every take, everything. Like this is good, this is bad. Like whatever. Roll one, roll two. A card, B card, whatever it is. And so I've got like this fat like 3-ring binder of notes. I've got the script, and then I've got this drive. And so now, depending on the level of movie or interaction, well, I'm talking about movies. So like the level of movie, there'll either be assistant editors who like trim all the fat, like line it all up, get all the audio prepped, and then I'll edit it. And so for me, I look at the script and I look at the footage, and like if some things just don't mesh or like it's just not good takes at all, I will do, even though it's not good, I will do the script cut first. That's like what it comes down to. So I'll do the script cut, and then I'll show the director, and he'll be like, "Oof, okay, this isn't the movie that I wanted," or whatever. Then now it becomes, okay, hey, wait, can I just edit the movie I think it should be? Like I have this idea of how maybe this movie could go. I've gone through all the footage. I know what the actors do. I kind of get their feeling, their chemistry on screen with each other. can I make the movie how I think it should be? And then they're like, okay. And then I edit it, and they're like, oh, this is good. Okay, or let's just change a few things. And so there's just like this process of just going through, you know, like on the last movie I edited, we have like over 100 plus versions
Wow.
of. Yeah, so I mean, it's been so many, and some of those versions are like a small tweak, and then we show someone and then they're like, hey, this doesn't make sense, so we tweak it back to the way it was, and then it makes sense again. So some of those versions aren't like massive changes, but most of those versions are pretty big changes. So yeah, that's just kind of how it is.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I do enjoy it. I love the creative aspect of it, but unless I'm working with someone who is ready to relinquish their power and control and just let me do what I know what to do, it's always a struggle, because then I'll be like, I understand what you want, but we A, don't have the footage to support it. B, we don't have the camera movement or the feeling that you want to get this thing that you want done. Like, so I always have to be like the bringer of bad news to like to direct. I'm like, so look, I know you want this to happen, but we don't have this to make this happen. And then they're always like, what? No, I know we shot it. I'm like, well, go talk to your film guys. It's not in there.
I would say like and confirm me with this is like it's not always going to be that you're going to have like flexible people who are like willing to work with you on certain thing, but like I'm sure
Yeah.
there's like somewhere it's like no, this is my way or the highway kind
Hmm.
of thing, right?
Yeah. I used to work at an editing house where I did like visual effects and editing, and my manager, who was like the producer, um, he had always this like exact vision of what he wanted. And if you deviated even a frame off of that, he was like, nope, nope, we can't do this. It needs to be this perfect way. And it was like, if you want to hire a zombie, that's fine. Like, who's just like button pushing and like mouse clicking, but if you want my creative input, which is when I even interviewed at that place, like, yeah, we love creatives. We want to see like how you express like the video and make it like your own. That was such a lie, because the guy literally just wanted exactly what he wanted, and that's it. And because he was like a manager slash producer, like that's it. So I basically was like a zombie there for like, a year. I was like, okay, whatever you want. Okay. Sure. And I'm out. Because I just couldn't take it anymore. I felt like I was losing my soul there. Just because and it was an hour and a half drive each way to and from.
Oh, that was
So
not worth it. How long did you
yeah, I felt
stay
like
in
I was
that
like
job?
just I was there for about a year.
A year, and
Yeah,
then you're like, all right,
just
I'm out.
over a year. Yeah, I was like, I can't do this. Like I felt like I was just it was like LA traffic. Like sitting in traffic just like kills people. It's just such a
Oh yeah.
terrible thing, sitting in traffic. So I can't complain that I get to work from home now. So the only silver lining of COVID is that everyone realized, hey, look, wait, everyone can kind of work from home except for like essential job people, like grocery stores or gas or, those kinds of things. But if you're like an office worker, it's pretty simple to just work from home. Like, you don't need to be in an office. And as long as you get your work done and can account for your like EOD, end of day, then I mean, there's not really anything you need to worry about, in my opinion. So, silver lining, COVID. But
So,
yeah,
all right. So, how long have you been doing like editing and stuff? Just like I'm trying to draw a timeline for our listeners here too.
I have been editing. Jeez Louise. Well, here, let me answer your question with a story.
All right.
So, actually, I had the chance. So I was in college, And I hated it. I was like, I hate school. I'm not learning anything. Like, I would rather do like practical, real world stuff and get like actual job experience and like do things that are meaningful. And so I had this opportunity to, so I, a little further back, I was a gymnast for like, Mocha. Sorry, my cat's like scratching something. Um,
I
I was a
guess
gymnast for pretty much my whole young life. Well,
I guess to get into another rabbit hole, I kind of want to hear the gymnast aspect of you first too, if you want to get into
okay.
that.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I was a gymnast for like my most of my young life, and I was more or less a savant in gymnastics. Tricks came super easy. Everything just kind of clicked. Like I had no fear. I wasn't afraid if I like fell or launched myself off like the high bar, which happened many times. Trying to do like crazy stuff because that's just what it is. But I had no fear. There was one time though when I was 6 years old. Um, for some reason, I was doing a round off back handspring, which is like, you run and I don't know how to explain it. Look it up, round off back handspring. So I
Right.
was going to do a round off back handspring. I'm a 6-year-old kid. Okay. I do a round off back handspring, or that's the trick I'm trying to do. And then I do the round off, and then I go like, I'm ready to do the back handspring. And I just like blank, like, wait, how did I do this? Like, it just evaporated from my head. So I was like, and I just like crashed like on my neck, and I
Oh,
like did the whole like neck slide.
oh, man.
Anyway, needless to say, that made me a little afraid because not because I couldn't do the trick, but why did my mind blank out? Like, why did that happen? And would this happen again? What if I'm doing something really dangerous and like a gainer over the high bar? And what if I actually like just blank out and just hit my spine and now I'm paralyzed, like what if? And I started thinking about these things. And the more I thought about it, the more I got afraid of doing stuff. And so I took like a week off from going to practice. Um and there was a competition coming up in like I think it was like 2 weeks later. And so I was like, crap, I got to train, but I don't want to do floor. I was like deathly afraid of doing like a back handspring. And so I woke up early. This happened on like a Monday, if I remember correctly. And I woke up early on that following Saturday, like super early, like 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. And I'm 6 years old. And where I lived, we had like 4 sofas for some reason. I don't remember why. But we had no, it was like 3 sofas. Oh, yeah, because we had one in the basement and 2 upstairs. No, I'm sorry, 2 in the basement, 1 upstairs. So I took all the sofa cushions and I laid them down on the floor in the living room. And then I took my blanket from my bed and put that over that. And then I put my pillows on top of that. And then what I did was I stood at the edge, like here's me and here's like the mat that I made.
Right.
And I was like, all right, here we go. Let's do this. And I was just so like, I will do a back handspring, just standing back handspring. I'm going to do this. Here we go. All right, ready? 1, 2. Wait, hold on. Hold on. And I did that for like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. And I'm just like telling myself, like, come on, just do it. Just do it. You have cushions here, like you can't get hurt. Like I just keep like hyping myself up. I'm like, come on. And then finally, I'm just like 1, 2, and I did it, and I did a back handspring. I'm like, wait a minute, what was I afraid of this whole time? Like, what was I worried about? Like that was so simple, and then I did it, and I did it, and I did it like 30 times in a row. I just kept resetting and doing back handsprings until I knew that it was like nothing I would ever lose from my brain. Like it would just be muscle memory, so I wouldn't even have to think about it. There would be no mind blank. And then basically, like I continued on. I won like state champion, regionals. I mean, I was set to go to like junior Olympics level, but I won't get into the personal details of why. It wasn't anything to do with my skill. It was just like I was not able to go
So this was middle
for like,
school, high school, right?
yeah, this was like middle school, high school, yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway,
So as you're like doing these tricks, like was it like a flow state as you're doing like mid trick, or was it like you had that spike in anxiety and then you decide to like bail out on a trick or something, you know? How
for
did it
me with
feel?
gymnastics, the okay, I loved being the center of attention when I was a kid. That was like my thing. When people were watching me, that's how I got my power. Like if people watch me, it's like how I get my power. So, there's like audience all around, and I'm just like, yeah, check this out. And like I know in my mind, I'm just like, I want to impress the hell out of these people. Be like, what the hell? This kid just did this. Wait, what? Like, who is this? And so, and standing on the podium and getting the big trophy or the gold medal, it's just like so rewarding. And knowing that I beat these losers next to me, like, train harder, train harder. you
Get good,
know
get good.
Yeah, get good. Get good, kid. I mean, I wasn't cocky per se, but I definitely was very cognizant of the fact that I was very good. And yeah, I mean, I loved it. It was like a passion. Until I got older, and then it wasn't, and I moved, and then where my family moved to didn't have a gymnastics program that was anywhere close. Like the closest one was like 3 hours away, so it was like not feasible to go 4 times a week. 3 hour drive each way. Like that was just not feasible. So I ended up stopping that, and then yeah, I mean, just kind of I kept working out and stuff, but not like at the same level. Just like doing handstands and things like that. And then I had this opportunity. So I'm leading up to video editing, but it's a
Okay.
long story.
Yeah.
So
Go
I had
for
this
it.
opportunity when I was in college to um because I was at I found like a YMCA that was reasonably close to me, and they had like a gym. It wasn't like a great gym, but it was still a gym. They had rings, mats, high bar, parallel bars, the floor, but it wasn't like great. But anyway, one of my friends there was a coach, and she let me just like work out, even though I wasn't a member of the Y. She's just like, yeah, just come on in, like work out, do whatever you want, like keep your skills up, fellow gymnast to fellow gymnast. And so she had this chance to go to Japan, and she went, and she worked at a show over there. And then when she came back like 8 months later, she was like, dude, you have to try out for a show in Japan. I was like, okay. And so she told me like the information. I went to the tryout, and I mean, they like scour the globe for talent. I mean, it's like they had like 20,000 people to go through across the world, and they were looking for one person, and I got it.
Nice.
Anyway, so yeah, I did like a Cirque style show, a Cirque du Soleil style show in Japan for 2 years, and then yeah, I mean, I saved some money, and then when my contract ended, I came back to America, and I was like, it's time to make some commercials. It's time to do what I wanted to do. Like I want to make stuff. Like I want to be a filmmaker. So I bought a great camera for the time. Oh, that's so awesome. Thanks. um so I bought a great camera for at the time. It was a fantastic camera, right? HD had not come out yet. HD was not even a thing. So I bought a great camera, had great depth of field, everything, right? And so my friend, who also wanted to do like visual effects, and like he was in the whole film thing too, we just started shooting stuff, and I made my own company, and I started cold calling like businesses around me, like, hey, I'm you want a commercial? Like like let's do this. And I would make like spec commercials where they don't pay me, but I'm like, hey, look, I made this commercial for your company. You can buy it from me if you want, or you can hire me. We can make a new one, that kind of stuff. And so then I started like developing a portfolio with all these companies and stuff. And of course, I had to learn everything on my own. I didn't go to school for any of this. I didn't go to school for photography. I didn't go to school for cinematography. I didn't go to school for anything, but I just had this vision in my head of how things should look, of how things should be, of how I wanted to see it. If I was an audience member, what do I want to look at? And so that's basically what I did. I started from everything was from the start, like writing scripts, location scouting, um, getting all the pieces together. So producing, then actually on location shooting and also acting, because my friend, he wanted DP as well. And like just all these elements, like I was just doing everything I could in every aspect of film. And then I had to edit all of my own stuff. So I learned, I just taught myself. My friend happened to have a student version, wink wink, of an editing program to keep everyone safe. We won't mention what program. Um but basically, yeah, he let me, install this version of an editing software, and I just taught myself. And there was and of course, this is like pre YouTube, like bonanza, where it's like, hey, check out how to do this. I just like had to learn by clicking every single menu option, every single button in the program. But by doing that, I was able to literally know everything in the program. And so when it came time to actually, because when the whole like 2008 bubble happened, and like, everyone was like, oh, what's the one thing we don't need? Oh yeah, advertising. So like my business kind of like fell apart because like no one wanted just, commercials from not a huge boutique. So I was fine though. I had a great portfolio, and I went to go find like an editing job, and no place wanted to hire some guy who just had a portfolio. They wanted like, oh, you don't have a good degree? Oh, you don't have a master's of arts? And it's like, bro, look at my portfolio. I have so much work under me. Like, what are you talking about? Who cares about a piece of paper that says you you did a test well? Like that doesn't matter. Look at
Right?
like the result.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what did I have to do? I had to go pay $2,400 to get a piece of paper. I went to this class for like a week just to get a piece of paper that said I'm a master. Literally, it says it says master of this editing suite, which I already was, but I needed a piece of paper that proved it, which was so stupid. Like, can people please understand experience is so much more valuable than a piece of paper that just doesn't mean anything?
Yeah. I
Oh,
agree with you
bugs
on
me
that.
so much. That bugs me so much. Experience is so much value. Anyway, so I got hired at an editing company, worked there for like 3 years. Didn't like the environment it was becoming. Left there, went to go work at ABC Disney. That was an interesting place. The corporate culture there was very odd, to say the least.
Oh yeah,
I can't
yeah.
really say a lot just because of like NDA stuff, which I know I don't work there anymore, but like still, they're a giant company, so I don't want to.
I can imagine it being very corporate, like too.
It was extremely corporate. The lack of creativity that they allotted you is insanely like insane. It's insane how little creativity you get. Like there's a Bible for everything. Like font size and look, color, timings of edit. It's like they're literally just hiring zombies. Like just here's what we want, just do this. Like there's no creativity. So it kind of bugged me. So I worked there for a while, and then I stopped, and then I was like, you know what? I want to be a photographer because I always wanted to be a photographer. And then I started doing photography, and I was doing like product shoots and model shoots, and then I would start doing videos of like the clothing for the companies who hired me. And it was like a great outlet because I could be as creative as I wanted. And I did that for like 8 years, and then my friend was like, hey, I mean, he is my friend, but like a producer buddy of mine who wrote a film, he was like, hey, like, work on this film with me? I'm like, hell yeah, brother. K Kona, brother. And
K Koda.
so his first film he was like ever doing. He had no idea about the film industry. Literally the day before we filmed, I gave him a crash course in directing. Because he knew I had like tons of experience. And so, yeah, I mean, then we shot that film and then he instantly rehired me for another film, like back to back. We shot like 2 films in 2 years. And yeah, then edited and now, yeah, I mean, this is how it is. It kind of brings us up to present day.
Oh yeah,
So,
present day.
yeah,
And
and then now present day, like I'm still editing. I still do visual effects for people, but I'm very much on a word of mouth basis. So, you know, I always let people know, like, hey, if anyone needs like visual effects or editing or sound design or whatever, just let me know. And yep, I get I get my jobs that way. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to be in an industry where word of mouth means a lot. So you don't need that, like nowadays at least, you don't need like that piece of
that piece
paper.
of
You don't
paper.
need that, like, yeah, you don't need that thing that can hold so many people back because I've I put my time in at that salt mine, and like people, my clients and everyone, they recognize like my work and my work ethic. Like my work ethic is the same. Like when I stream, I'm here because I want to be and I want to do this, and I'm 100% in it. And that's how when I work, when I edit, I'm like 100% in it. I don't just like, oh, okay, guess I have to do this. I'm like, okay, what's the best way I can do this? What's the most efficient way? Like, how can I achieve the best results? So that's kind of how I am with all the stuff I do. I am that kind of person though when I'm editing, since it is such a creative process. I can work for about 45 minutes straight, then I have to take a 15-minute break. Like I just need to like take a little mental recharge, like grab a coffee, grab a monster, like just something. I just need like a little break just to have a moment to like, let my mind rest. And also it's good to walk away from an edit or an effect you did or anything. Like walk away, don't think about it. Like, watch YouTube for a second, like just clear your mind, then come back and watch it and see if you still like it. And if you still like what you did, great. You're on the right track. But if you watch it and you're like, the timing feels odd, or like I don't like this, then it's great because now you have that fresh mind. So I kind of make it a rule that I need to like take a 15-minute break if I edit like every 45 minutes. And I know that sounds like a lot, but it's a lot because I actually put like all my mental energy into editing. So, or visual effects. Yeah.
yeah, for me, I would say the same thing for music as well too, because like you're always listening to like the same track. You're like
Mhm.
something doesn't sound right, but like I need a
Mhm.
break. Like when you need a break, you're like kind of drained, and something
Yeah,
isn't
yep, yep,
clicking where what you're trying to
yeah,
create, right? So
yep.
for me, like I would watch YouTube, I would watch other streams as well too,
Mhm.
and then I'd come back to it, and then I'd make one slight change and like
Yeah.
into a track. It's like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
that makes a lot more sense. I just needed a break,
Ah,
so I know that feeling.
yeah. Yep. And a lot of times, like, that burnt out feeling or that just like the mental exhaustion, it comes from not taking those little breaks. So, it's kind of a meme in my stream now that I take like 1,000 pee breaks in like, every stream, but I do drink a lot of liquid. So, it's not like it's not warranted. I drink a lot of liquid. It's just how it is, I drink liquid, it's got to go somewhere. So,
Oh yeah, you gotta avoid those kidney stones, guys. So bad.
dude, for real. Okay, look, quick kidney stone story. So I had a kidney stone about a month ago. Worst experience of my life. Um, I don't eat a high salt diet. I don't eat a high calcium diet. Yeah, sure, I have like yogurt, maybe like twice a week, for breakfast or something, or like a snack. Hell yeah, hydro homies. Hell yeah, cake brother. um, drink all the fluid exactly, and so I was kind of baffled, like, why would I have a kidney stone? And so I still don't know what caused it. I actually I recently had a doctor's like checkup and told them like my whole story, and they're like, well, sometimes your body just, and I told them like I was because I had started dieting about a month prior to that. And he said, like, sometimes it's, your body wants to just get rid of everything that's like holding you back. And that could be a cause that you've like really, tried to eat really healthy and like all this stuff. And now it's like, okay, let's get rid of all this junk inside of you. And he said that could be a cause. But like, I mean, he checked like my blood levels and all that stuff. I mean, I'm good to go. Uh, is it Dab Oi Silver or is it the boy Silver? Because I'll say Dab. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry, JoJo.
It's all
I
good.
just like the name. I just like the name. um. Anyway, so uh, yeah. I mean, like, I think it's. How do I say this? If you are being healthy, but things still happen, it's just kind of what it is. Your body is like telling you something. So I really was like very um cognizant about what I eat. And so basically, if I can better myself health wise, then maybe I can better myself stream wise or editing wise or whatever. So it's kind of like this, it builds upon itself kind of thing. So yeah, I kind of got lost in my train of thought. But yeah, drink water. That's what I'm saying.
Drink water, guys. Hydro homies. I don't think I've ever had a kidney stone, but I did have a back spasm before, and I was like a few days. I thought it was a kidney stone, but it wasn't. So apparently, a kidney stone feels a lot sharper. Like you're always getting stabbed back, no matter what.
It was literally the worst experience. That was the worst experience. Like I hope you guys never had kidney stones. It's awful. It is awful, 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 awful. Like apparently it's the closest thing a guy can have to childbirth.
Oh,
It's the worst freaking thing ever. So if the fact that girls is worse, childbirth is worse. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine it. I couldn't even move. I was literally debilitated. Like I was curled up in a ball, and I like it hurt to breathe. It hurt to just do anything. I was just in pain the whole time. So yeah, I mean, is what it is.
mm.
But yeah. All right, give me 1 second, JoJo.
Actually, I'm gonna get a water break, so I'll be back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep. Feel free to chat with people.
Cool. Sounds good. Give me 1 second, guys. Yo, what's up, Andrew? Welcome to the power. Anyway, yeah, sorry. I don't know what's being said in chat. I just was reading stuff and I was just timing people out. So it just kind of is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm like reading about poop on chest and this just like threw me off. So I had to time people out. That's just whatever, My stream, my rules. So I don't know about Odell. I don't know what that is, blessed. Unlimited power. I don't know which chat you're reading. I don't know. Yo, what's up? What's up, Swamp? Hey, actually, I didn't take a break, Jojo. Let me just pee break real quick. Sorry, I was talking to chat. So give me
Oh
one
yeah,
second.
no problem. All right, guys. Thanks for tagging me in. Thing too. How are you guys, by the way? Can't really read Bugs' chat, but I should open up his chat window too. tag out. Pretty much. And I'll probably play some background music too. So it's not too awkward.
You have a sword, Andrew. Yes, you have a
you're
sword.
back.
So much power. What's up? I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, look, I can't read everything in chat, but if I see poop on chest, it's just kind of like I'm gonna time that out. Just 'cause I don't know the context. I don't know what you guys are saying, and I'm in a podcast right now, so it's not like I can think about it. I'm like mid thought, and yeah. Anyway, the slice of Islamic workflow as a whole is okay. So Happy says something interesting. The slices of salami technique for your workflow versus the whole ham is great to keep focus. Further, old musician teaching would focus on drilling a section until you learn it, but most modern teaching suggests it's good to not get tunnel vision on one thing.
That's interesting.
No, you don't have to be. It doesn't have to be too long. You know what? I'd rather you give me like a paragraph I can read in one go as opposed to like sections that I don't like. I then have to read like one sentence at a time. So yeah, thank you, Happy. Yeah, I like the slices of salami technique. That's cool.
Technique.
And sorry, really quick sidebar. I love vulgarity and I love stupidness. Don't get me wrong, but like, give me context for it. If you give me the context, I'm cool. But if it's just like, I was like, I drink alcohol and beat my kids. Okay, well, that's an instant timeout. Like, cool. Thanks for sharing, dude. But like, the whole Odell poop on chest. I don't even know what Odell is. What is it? Like Rosie O'Donnell? Like, I don't know.
I don't.
Bless knows apparently. He's like, I want to know more about that. Anyway, sorry. Back to it. My bad. My bad. Sidebar over. I just need context. Give me context. All right. Anyway.
So we covered your editing.
And we could talk about streaming more. I feel like we didn't really talk a lot about that, and that's kind of like my current state.
Yeah, we can get there. So I feel like you spent a significant portion of your life in Japan as a gymnast. So
significant? I mean, 2 years is not significant. It's like a blip.
Okay, never mind. But you said you learned a lot of things there too, right? As in terms of living and culture and stuff. So we can go with there.
So the things I learned in Japan were many things. Some things that I took away was I used to be that kid who didn't like finish my plate, of food, or took too much at like a buffet and was like, oh, okay, I'm done, and like half a plate wasted kind of stuff. But after I went to Japan and I saw how like Japanese culture is, where it's like not really wasteful. Yes, they put plastic in everything nowadays, guys. I know. Yes. Let's all talk about that. But basically, I mean, they recycle everything. You have to have. They don't sell the garbage bags are all clear, so everything has to be separated. You can't be like, let me sneak this in real quick. It's clear bags, so they know what's in there, and so they separate everything. They don't like to waste things, whether it's food or materials or anything. And so it's just such a big difference coming, from being like an American, where it's like it's cool to not cool, but it's just like whatever. I'll order a large fry and eat like a third of it and whatever, that kind of thing. So I definitely took that to heart. Like, yeah, I shouldn't be wasteful about anything really. like time, resources, food. Yeah, so I definitely learned that a lot. Interesting story. Even though I lived in Japan for 2 years, I didn't really learn Japanese because we had a translator with us pretty much all the time. I mean, not when you go shopping and stuff like that, which is why I learned how to read Japanese, because I needed to know how to buy different things like hand soap versus like washing machine detergent. Like I had to read it because it's in English, but in Japanese English, like katakana.
Hmm.
So I literally bought a notebook and just wrote every single letter like 200 times so I could just get it into my head, like how to say everything. So, Hansopu. Exactly. Hansopu. Toire. Free study for free. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I learned a lot in Japan. Also, the work ethic slash culture in Japan
Yeah.
is so different. It's so different. So I was like, and still kind of am like a giggly person, and it's hard for people to take me seriously, even when I'm being very serious, because I just have like that boyish charm. Where I'm just like, hey, oh yeah, because I'm lighthearted about things. Like even people spam stupid stuff in chat. I'm not mad. I don't really care. I'll just time me out and move on. Like it doesn't matter to me. I'm lighthearted. That's just kind of the person I am. There are some things that can trigger me. Don't get me wrong. Things can trigger me,
Oh yeah,
but
for sure.
um like as far as work is concerned, so there was one example. I was I mean, it's a dangerous job what I was doing. Okay, there's no safety nets or anything. It's like you are holding on to things, and it's your strength and your ability to not die. Like that's kind of what it is. And we do like 50-foot drops. I mean, it's like legitimately you can die, kind of thing.
So were you
Uh,
guys like a Cirque du Soleil kind of thing?
yeah, it was like a Cirque show. Yes, yeah, it was
Okay.
like a Cirque du Soleil show. Um, yeah, it wasn't Cirque affiliated, but it was very much like a Cirque du Soleil show.
Okay.
So it was like high risk high reward kind of stuff. um there was like pyrotechnics on stage, there was rain, there was like a 40-foot pool you dive in. I mean, it was a lot going on. um you get like launched out of the pool, so you're like down
Oh,
there for 5 minutes breathing like you're with scuba like there's a scuba person in the pool giving you like the regulator, like the second regulator. And they have like the headphone in, so they like give you the thumbs up to like go. You take the regulator out and you like get launched out. I mean, it was like super cool, like very cool stuff. But yo, what's up, Astral? But the thing is, the work ethic part of it was everything needs to be done a certain way, which was cool because kind of lives are on the line theoretically. Like if you mess up, like someone can die. So there was one time when this was just in training, like we were training, for the show, and I like basically, on one of the drops, like I dropped and I like smacked the ground because I dropped too low, and I like got up and I was laughing it off. I was like, whatever. The stage managers were pissed. They were not happy. And the translator was like, it's not okay that you're laughing about this. Like, this is a super dangerous job. Someone can lose their job if you get hurt. Like, it was like I was laughing it off because I'm like, that's kind of who I am and my personality. And I feel like that's maybe even Americans in general, like laugh it off. Like you don't need to, like, yeah, I did something stupid. Ha ha ha, whatever, move on. Not in Japan. Like, you have to be like super, like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. And so when I got promoted to line captain, JoJo, when I got promoted to line captain, which is basically like, I'm the head acrobat and I have all these acrobats under me. I was showing one of the new people how to do this one particular move where you jump off the stage and you're like flying through the air on the silks and you're flying over the audience. Okay, so you can't mess this up. Anyway, there's the guy who controls the rig that moves the silks up and down. And you wrap up and you get ready to go, and you go and like you give like this slight like nod to the person. Anyway, I was showing them about. Okay, look, I'm sorry. I'm not the host, Andrew. I'm just telling a story. Anyway, yeah. So you have to give a nod to the guy who's operating the rig. Anyway, this is training, and there was a very big communication, and it was probably a language communication error. But I had understood that I was going to show them actually how to do it. Anyway, needless to say, I wrap up and I get ready and I go full bore running and I jump off the stage and I don't get picked up. So
Oh.
like I jump into the seats. Like I'm like I arc around and jump into audience seats, and because I was like very fleet of footed back there and agile, I literally like landed on the seat and like jumped seat and slowed down, like I like hopped onto the seats. Anyway, having learned my lesson from the very first time I did something wrong, I didn't laugh. I didn't smile. I unwrapped the silks from my arms. I walked up onto the stage and I said, I'm so sorry. Just so you know, guys, that's not how this is supposed to go. There was probably a miscommunication between me and the rig operator. So that was an accident. And I hope we can all do better after this. And I was just so like, no smile, no anything. And the stage managers, because it was the same stage managers, they were so happy like that the way that I acted so in the year I matured, like in that 1 year, because I did 2 years, it was 1 year and then I was line captain the next year. Like I had matured so much in that 1 year. They were like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. They were just so happy that I had grown. And I was happy myself that I had grown, that I like took that culture and kind of like ingrained it, like, okay, I understand how things are supposed to be done here because I'm a foreigner in this country and I need to understand the rules of this country or how people are culturally. And I think people forget that when they move to different countries or go to different countries. It's like, I'll just be me. People can accept it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, but you're in a different country. Like the rules are always different,
So,
so you have
so
to
it
you have
was
to.
it was showing your sign of respect and sincerity for them too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, because I took my job very seriously. Like, I got to perform 5 shows a day in front of 1,000 people every single show. Like this, it was like nuts. This is a dream come true. I was an entertainer. Like it was amazing for me. So I took it very seriously. And every single show, 5 shows a day, I was giving my guys a pep talk. And I'll tell you guys the pep talk I gave them. All right, guys, just remember, there is some kid, hell, some adult out in the audience who's never seen this show before. Never. This is their first time. So do you want to show them this? Or do you want to show them Super Saiyajin, let's get this done mode? So give it 100%. Bring it in. And like every single time I'd say that, or more or less that. I'd change it up a little bit. But basically, it was my job. I took the leadership role very seriously. Like I had to pump my guys up, and the girls too. And I had to make sure they were ready to go because the line captain, the dancing line captain, his guys always came in drunk and hung over, and they just could care less. And I'm like, who gets to have this opportunity? Why are you squandering this magical moment in life? Like, grab that by the horns and you just throw it to the ground, Not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. So I didn't like a lot of the dancers that were there who were also foreign performers,
Mm,
because they didn't take it seriously. And
yeah.
that bugged me a lot because I took it super seriously.
And I can imagine too, since it's a very high risk job kind of thing. So you want to make sure everyone has their head straight because you guys are all working together and you want everyone to be safe, right?
Oh yeah, especially
Yeah.
like the acrobats had literally the most dangerous job. The dancers, sure, they were like pyroblasts and stuff would go off next to them, so they had to make sure they're in the right spot so they don't get blown up. But they didn't have like a dangerous job. The most danger they could have is like slip on the stage because it's wet, because there was like rain on the stage. But us, we're flying over the audience. We're doing like 50-foot drops. We're jumping off the stage, running through the audience. I mean, there's so many things that we had to do that were just dangerous. We're like underwater, breathing in a regulator, you know. And again, this is a 40-foot pool, and you have to swim down. So you have to know how to like pressurize your ears. And like, it was not like easy. Like, there was like so many steps to just know what to do. And then on top of it, there's costume changes. And your costume change, you get like 30 seconds. You come out soaking wet, and you have to put on a dry costume. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. You don't have time to dry off. You just like strip down, you put on a new costume, and you run back out on stage. Like, it's so tough. And like, it was great. Like, I loved it. It was amazing. You want to see me do this? Yeah.
Maybe 1,000
one
subs,
day.
you know.
maybe one day I'll show you guys, you know, because I had like I hate to say this, but like I had a fan club. Okay, so they took like videos of me, pictures, and like all that stuff, and so they came to my show every day, 5 shows a day, 6 days a week. They were there supporting me, and it was like amazing.
Dude, that's
So
awesome.
it was amazing, and I you know, I still have love for them. You know, I want to see FreeHugs4Free and his early movie edit work. Oh, okay. I can show you. I can show you one of my first things I ever shot, acted in, and edited, and music. Like, I did everything. So I only shot some of it because I was acting in the other parts of it. But yeah, I concept created, wrote, directed, acted, shot. Like, I edited. So I'll show you guys that. Look. Yeah, I'll show you guys that after the podcast is over. I'll show you guys. Oh, what's up? What's up, Bird? Sorry, JoJo. I should not talk to chat while podcasting. My bad.
I mean, I don't really mind it, but I would say keep it at a minimum. Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
my bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
sorry.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. So basically, I learned a lot from Japan and the culture that Japan has. And it's just, I know I haven't been everywhere in the world, but from the places I have been, there is no place like Japan. No place like home. No place like home. There's really no place like Japan. It's so unique. So I'm sure there's places similar,
Right.
but honestly, it's like Japan is Japan. Like, there's just no place like, like it.
So
Yeah, I do. Sorry. If I can just one last thought.
Go ahead.
I feel like it has influenced like the person I have become. Like, if I never went to Japan, I don't feel like I would be where I am right now. Yeah, because even like the way I think about things, the way I approach situations, like, so much has been influenced in that 2 years. So even though even though like I said, like, no, I was only there 2 years as a blip, it was a huge blip on the life radar. Like, it was massive. So yeah.
Yeah, from before when I said like it was significant, I probably meant it was more like an influential part of your life, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. It was such an influential part. Like, I can't, like, I could talk endlessly, truly, about like how much I learned being there and how much it affected my life, and like really kind of led me to who I am. So, because if I never took that job, I wouldn't have had the money to buy my camera to start doing all the stuff that I did. It's such a domino effect. And if I was never a gymnast before that, I wouldn't have had the skills to be able to take that job to like. So it's like truly, like, life's domino effect led me to like all of this. And now I'm doing a podcast talking about all of it.
So I guess now that we covered all that, we can go towards the present. So okay.
All right, let's do it.
So with all that, and then I guess we met very unique situations on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, we happened to be like, this was like a music stream. So,
Yes.
it
Yes.
was more
Hmm.
like, it's like, oh, I thought it'd be funny. Like, oh, if I spam this emote, it'd be pretty cool. I didn't expect anyone to click on it because I was watching the music stream as well, and as well as watching our mutual friend stream on the
Hmm.
other monitor. So
Yeah.
then I didn't expect like you or Don to come in and say, "Hey,
Oh
what's
yeah,
up?"
Don came in. That's
Don
right. What's
came
up,
in there
Don?
too. Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it was it was the thing that drew me in was that like one you put the emotes, and I don't know how you timed it. I still don't, because I've tried to do it myself and I suck at timing like drops with emotes. But you kept doing it perfectly. Like on the drops, it's like
It's funny part is like
and like it's like just like drops for like I see that like the spam emote. I'm like, how are you doing this? So you have a script or something? It was crazy.
it's like an internal thing because like, okay, if anyone's seen like me DJ live or my VODs, right? It's like every time I know
Hmm.
there's a drop or a cymbal crash, I'm like, bam, bam, bam. So it's
That's so cool.
yeah, it's just like natural to me. So
Like I don't. So it's when I'm making a video or putting music or sound
right.
effects in a video, my timing is fine because I kind of have like a definite, like right here is exactly where I want this to go or start or end or whatever. But when it like I honestly don't think, even with 100 hours of practice, I could not mix music because like I am not good at beats. Like I just even dancing, I like Peppo Run. That's how I dance. I just Peppo Run all day long, and try to shuffle, and then that's it. Like I don't, and probably next time I go to a show, I'm just gonna be dabbing on all the haters. I'm just dab and Peppo Run, and if people get it, they get it. If they don't get it, it's fine.
Dude, I would love you and Andrew to like just come to a show and just have a dabbing contest. Like that would make my day
Oh my
so
gosh,
much.
Andrew, you know what? I'm gonna make a dab contest video, and I'm gonna challenge you on YouTube. Okay. Oh, it's already been brought it, Andrew. I'm already stretching. Hold on, let me stretch. Ah,
Like the way
ah,
the way you did it
ah.
when I did those clips, it was like you were shooting a WWE promo. I was like, oh shit, I can see something in this. We can do this, guys. It's gonna be good. We already have the storyline.
Right? But I mean, I'm sorry, Andrew, but I'll be the people's champion in this story. That's just kind of like how it's gonna go. If you smell what the dab is cooking,
Oh man.
I'm ready to be a heel. What does that mean? Like heel of a foot?
So so in wrestling, there's like babyface, and then there's the heel, which is the bad guy. And
I did not know that. And I used to
yeah,
watch SmackDown every Thursday. Like I didn't know that.
yeah, I'm a bit of a wrestling fan too, but not as much these days. It's like
Yeah.
I love the Attitude Era. Holy shit, that was
Dude, with the
best
like
wrestling era.
D-Generation X with
Yeah,
Triple H,
it's like
I
suck it.
love that. Yeah, my brothers and I still do that too. They're like, suck it, suck it. We're like all 30 plus. So we still do it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Uh, but yeah,
Yeah.
like how they build like storylines and like who
Mm-hmm.
plays the bad guy and the good guy, it
Mm-hmm.
always changes. Like I guess in WWE they would have like WrestleMania. They would always reset
Mm-hmm.
all the storylines, and there'd be all these new storylines coming up. It's like
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
shit. It's like, okay, tag team. This guy betrays his tag team partner, and then eventually they
Right.
build up to like a pay per view. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh wow. But like
All right, Andrew.
I didn't really realize this as a kid, because to me as a kid, like I knew like some of it was kind of scripted, but I'm like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
this is pretty real. I know the stunts are real too, but like, wow, this is a really good story. Just like
Right?
two people just like going head to head, and like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a way for them to like sell tickets too. Like the
Yeah.
way they like just hype it up. That
Mm-hmm.
was what I saw in like one of your clips, which made me laugh so hard.
Well, for me, like, okay. First of all, I'm a competitive person. I mean,
Right.
I get that from gymnastics,
I am too.
but I love like if people are willing to join the competitive spirit, but not be salty about it. There's like a big difference. Like anytime I lost in gymnastics, which wasn't very often, but when I did, I was never salty about it. I was like, dude, this guy trained harder than me. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna get him next time. Like I always had that mindset. I was never like, kidding me? Are you kidding me? I got scammed. You know, I was never like victim mentality ever. I was always thinking like, okay, what can I improve? What trick do I need to do to like get a higher score? Like, you know, how can I be cleaner in my moves? Like anything. Like I was always thinking like training wise, like what can I do better to make me better? So I if people will like, you know, I mean, obviously Andrew is not going to be salty when he loses the dab contest. But you know, I mean, it's fun to have like the friendly, like, you know, gentleman's
Right.
competition of yeah, I mean, like I like that. Like my friends and I in high school, I invented this by the way. So if anyone says that they did, it is a lie. Okay. I invented what I'm about to say. It's called gam bowling. Okay. Have fun with this. You're welcome.
What is
By the
that?
way, what you do is you have, you know, one frame. Okay. So that's technically two times you get the bowl. You and your friends bet. Okay. I bet you $10 I'll get more pins than you. So you're gambling on your skill in bowling. And so we called it gam bowling. And you can parlay it. It's like, okay, next frame, double or nothing. So if you bet $10, it's gonna be 20 now. Right. And so I I kind of got my friend. We'd all start betting on bowling. I called it gam bowling. And yes, I'm a shark at bowling. I'm an ambi bowler. I can bowl left or right. Oh, so the shots that are like on the right, I'm like, all right, time to switch to a light bowl left. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so and when people get salty during competitions, it is fun, but I think it's not fun if it's like true salt and they're like really like harboring a grudge. If it's like for fun, you know, there's like the fun level of salt, you know, like where it's like I'm gonna get, you know what, you're done. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Like you know, and it's like the UFC, like they get in each other's face, like up on the nose, like what, you know, like it's like salty, but it's like competitive, but it's fun.
It's fun to watch for
Unless you're like
sure.
unless you're like McGregor and you like actually knock someone out and go to jail, and then I'm a little different there.
Oh,
But
I didn't know he went to jail for that. Holy shit.
yeah, I mean, it was only for like 2 or 3 days or something like that. Yeah, but he went to
Okay.
jail for assault.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so that's a unique story. But basically, yeah, like the WWE, like you know, it's scripted, but it's like you can feel the salt that they must have because it's like I know I'm gonna be the loser. Fine, you want to be the loser? I'll be the loser. You know, kind of thing.
Yeah,
What did you say?
I
What
think
did
with
you
that,
say?
it's about like how you go with grace. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna be the loser
Mhm,
or the heel, the bad guy, whatever, it's like I'm gonna deliver it the way I want it to.
mhm, mhm. Yeah,
And
exactly. Like, yeah.
like I guess for me with the competitive side, like when I get salt, it's not really towards the players itself. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, so and so like didn't do this and
Mhm.
that, but like
Yeah.
overall there's always something for me. It's like, oh man, it's like I should have done this and that, and it's
Mhm, mhm.
it's sort of just like beating yourself up kind of thing, but
I see. Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
order to improve. So it for
Yes.
me it was always like a growth mindset, and
Mhm.
this is like another rabbit hole because like I used to coach league, and
Yeah.
oh man, like the things that I would see, like what's really hard is I wished other players would see it too, and it's a skill itself of like
Mhm.
trying to convey and teach them like the proper concepts and techniques of like a certain move or a certain build or certain way how they click with their characters.
Would you also say then that it's a skill for the player to learn to take that coach's critique or constructive criticism and be able to apply it to actually be a better player? So like is a skill on both sides.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill for both sides because I'm only showing you an aspect of through visual or just through a lecture itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like typically, like if I'm doing a coaching session with you and we're
Mm-hmm.
reviewing your VODs or your gameplay, I'd pull out like an epic pen program app thing, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd start drawing on the screen. Right, it's like
Mm-hmm.
A B C X Y Z. This is what you should have done here, and I saw that you were doing this. Oh, another thing about coaching is like I learned that you have to balance like how you say things, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
positive to negative, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
also
Mm-hmm.
want them to still be engaged with you. Because what I found out was like if you always point out the negatives to them,
Mm-hmm.
subconsciously they're just gonna shut down and they're not gonna listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I would
Yeah.
like to do is like try to balance things out. It's like, all right, you're doing this right and this is good, XYZ. But
Mm-hmm.
you could have done it better by doing A, B, and C,
Sure. Yeah.
right? So it gives them
Yeah.
like it allows them to think. It's like, all right, well, I'm doing this, that's good, but I can do this better if I adjusted X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit of like once again, this comes back to like how dedicated are you kind of thing. Because if you're not dedicated to like a coaching session or like you yourself as a player improving and like why am I even here? I'm like wasting my time. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I'm
So
coming
then,
from.
do you think that? I guess let me reiterate, or not reiterate. Let me remold my question.
Okay.
Because coaching is a skill,
Right.
whether it's like learning what your player fears the most, or what they can, overcome the most, or anything like that, or how to coach. Because everyone I feel like people want to be coached differently. Like some people really want to be coddled. Some people really just want like give me the straight truth. Like you can cut me as deep as you want. Some people kind of want like a combo. Everyone wants like a different coaching style, or there's some coaching styles that fit people better. But on the player side, or even if it's not a player, if it's like a just a person, like you're teaching piano or whatever, or getting top piano, like do you think that the ability for a person getting coached or taught to take the information that the coach gives them and to not be salty about it, like even if you say like, hey, okay, you did X, Y, and Z, great, now let's fix A, B, and C. Is it a skill for the player to, or just people in general, like let's say you're at a job and it's like, hey Johnson, you gotta do these reports better, man, it's sloppy, like, and there's no positivity. Do you think it's a skill for people to take criticism and not internalize it, and to be able to say, okay, maybe this is not a personal attack on me, but it's a way for me to look at what I'm doing and improve? Because for me personally, I think that that is a skill. Like, I think it's a skill to take any kind of criticism or critique and think, okay, well, someone doesn't like what I'm doing. And you can't please all the people all the time. Don't get me wrong. Like you got to be true to who you are. I get it. But there are certain things, like if, a while ago, my green screen was like really like grainy everywhere and it was super distracting. And then someone said in chat, my cat just fell off his
Oh,
cat bed. Sorry.
is it good?
You know, he was like, he fell asleep and fell over and fell off. I saw in the corner of my eye. Basically, yeah, like that constructive criticism for me wasn't like, wow, your stream sucks. Like, look at your green screen. What's wrong with you? And even if someone said that, I'd be like, oh crap, my green screen is really distracting. Like, even if someone's like, man, this sucks, you know? Like sometimes people comment on my gameplay because I don't know where I'm going and I'm lost. They're like, man, you suck. I'm like, yep, it's cool. I'm not salty. You're right. Like I'm not a god gamer all the time. Only 99.8%. But so like I do think like having I'm answering my own question, and I do want your opinion. But like for me, accepting criticism and not looking at it like it's just an attack, or like because there's a difference between criticism and just someone saying like, I hate you, die. Like that's okay, that nothing is offered there. But if there's some offering of information to improve, and being able to process it in a non-salty or non-offensive way, I think is the skill. How do you feel?
Um, I feel the same. It's a skill itself, from what you mentioned,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because to me, like, you always want to reflect. It's like okay, like how I treat this person, right? Let's go back to the
Mm-hmm.
core of it. Is
Yeah.
how I want to be treated, right? So
Yes.
to me, like, I sort of expect people to be like, it's like, okay, if I'm giving you this, like, very constructive, very concise, I'm not like
Mm-hmm.
personally attacking you, I'm just stating facts. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's cool. But there are some coaching styles where it's like, it's very different. Because I would say coaching itself is an art and a cross discipline itself, too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would
A-
agree.
And to me, it's like, okay, if this person says this, then I'll say it to them back same way as well. So it's
Okay.
it's more like it's more like reflecting upon yourself as well too. It's like how you
Hmm.
want to be treated as if you were the player itself. Because I always thought about that
Gotcha.
too,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes like I can't get a read on the player and like how they would react to the information you're giving them,
Hmm.
and it really depends how they respond to it too.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone sees the game or whatever different as
Yes.
long as they're able to like back it up or even like add their own thing of why they did this and that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it, it helps me as a coach and as a person learn about them and how they view like critical information.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know there's a
that
sorry.
takes time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah. I know that like people that we know,
Yeah.
and even people in chat, like they self-reflect a lot, and I see it. It's like, okay, how do I beat this boss? How do I get better at headshots? How do I do these things? And it may not be auditorily self-reflection, but I do hear them when they're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not that good. I have to get better." Like, but they're actually very good, and it's just like interesting because they're looking at it from like a, at least from my point of view, they do see it from like I want to improve, and even though I am improving and I'm better than a lot, I'm not better than most, and I still need to get there. And then once I'm better than most, I'm still not better than the best, so I need to get there. And it's always a constant level of growth. And I think anything you do, gaming, streaming, reading a book faster, like whatever you're gonna do, cooking, it doesn't matter. There's always that level of improvement, and life, you know, what's that phrase? We're students of life. Like,
Where
life
it
is a
turned
constant.
where this is a League of Legends quote too. It's like a true master is an eternal student.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Yes, a true master is an eternal student because you'll never learn everything. It does, like, that you just can't. It's not possible. So you just have to do your best to learn as much as you can and improve the most you can, over the period of whatever you're doing. So yeah, I mean, like, we're all in this floating rock together. So let's learn and grow together.
Oh man.
Yeah, but seriously, like, I do think we should all try to better each other and be supportive and helpful as best we can. Because, I mean, there's a lot of haters out there. Dab on those haters, and maybe they're struggling with something. Who knows? They probably are, because I think a lot of people who are, you know trolls, or like who are, just feel hateful or spiteful, they're probably dealing with something, and they don't know how to react to that because they haven't grown enough to understand their own feelings and haven't like self-actualized, and maybe they don't have someone to talk to, and they're just lashing out like, ha ha ha, look how awful I can be, and it's just like, yes, give me attention because I don't have attention. And you know what, that's okay. Like, people need attention, I get it. But I think it's more constructive, even if you are hurting, to just like be like, "Hey, how is everyone?" And then you'll get the reaction back like, "Hey, we're doing well. How are you?" And then you can actually start a real conversation, as opposed to like, "I hate everyone. Die." And it's like, what does that do? You're either gonna get banned, or
Yeah.
like, then the conversation over. Now you have to move on to like someone else. So I think like constructive conversation is always better than destructive conversation, just because you have more opportunity to talk and get your point across. So
Yeah, I would
yeah.
say to sum it up, it really depends on intent and mindset.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
agree. Mindset is definitely, man. That's a huge word for me. It's huge.
mindset.
Yeah. Mindset means so much, and I think a lot of it comes from gymnastics. Like I had the mindset not that I wanted to win, but that I wanted to be the best at what I was doing. And if that got me to championship wins, great. But I wanted to do clean tricks. I wanted to hold my handstand as long as I could. I wanted to like do these things. And I wanted to do it the best I could do it. And so, yes, was I thinking, of course I want to win? Sure, because I'm competitive. But it was more I wanted to be the best at what I was doing because I wanted to be good, not because I could beat this kid and that dude over there. They're irrelevant because my biggest competitor was myself. So I wanted to beat me. I wanted to show me that I could beat me, you know? So that was my biggest thing for me. And that was the mindset I had is like all these people, they could be amazing. It does not matter. How good can I be? You know, like I need to be the best me. I need to do the best I can do. So,
Y-
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I can agree with that because you know what they say. It's like you yourself are your greatest enemy or worst enemy.
yeah, you're your
Yeah,
worst critic or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. Like you always want to overcome something that's holding you back or what you can
Hmm.
do. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, kind of, kind of coming full circle, like going back to streaming, like I remember when I first started talking with you on Discord, and like after my first couple streams, I'm like, JoJo, it's like it's so hard for me to just like hit the live button. I'm like, okay. I'm sitting there, I'm ready, and I'm like, I don't know what am I gonna stream today? What am I gonna do? Like, but the thing is, the more I thought about like, stop thinking about what I'm going to do and just go live and let it organically happen. Like, let's just listen to some music, talk in chat. Maybe someone's gonna say something that's gonna like inspire something in my mind, or maybe someone's gonna be like, "Hey, what if you try this game? Hey, what if you do this? Hey, what if you do this?" Just do it. Exactly. Just do. Look. And the whole reason I came up with even like the Whiskey Friday thing is one, I love whiskey. And two, I thought, you know what? I would love to let people in. And Andrew, it's not that I stole this from you, but like I love your passion for coffee. And I have like that same passion for whiskey. And so I just thought it would be good to like kind of let people in on my passion, Like I enjoy whiskey and I do enjoy getting lit AF glasses emote. It's fun for me because I don't go out. I work from home. I go to the grocery store. That's pretty much it. Like I don't do anything. So if I can enjoy with chat, like some cheers, some kampai, some gimbes, like just like let's all have fun. Let's chat. Let's be stupid together. Like that's such a great thing for me. And I always look forward to Fridays now. And I think I've only told like a handful of people, but like I was not looking forward to Fridays at all. Like Friday was literally just another day. It's just another day on the calendar. It wasn't like, yeah, weekend's coming, let's party. Like it was just like, okay, yep. Friday might as well be Tuesday. Like it didn't matter. But now I'm like that high school mentality where it's like Friday's coming, Friday's coming, Friday's coming. We have the weekend, like. And even though I stream Saturday after I get lit AF, it's still like it doesn't matter to me because I always have so much fun on my Friday, my Whiskey Fridays. So yeah, dude, Andrew, like talking about inspiration, yes, the community that I have like kind of fallen into with you guys, JoJo, Andrew, Don, Crystal, Verd, like Kyushi, I mean, the list goes on. Sorry, I can't name everyone. This is an acceptance speech. I'd like to thank everyone. But yeah, I mean, I I do want to thank all you guys because as a streamer, especially if you're just starting out, I would my biggest advice to anyone is talk to people. Like, go into a stream that you think you might enjoy and just talk to people. Like, that's what I did. I saw an emote. I went into Crystal's stream and I was just talking. I wasn't trying to be like, Crystal, talk to me. Crystal, 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 Crystal. You know, I was just like, who else is in chat? Maybe someone wants to talk. And I just started talking. And I talked to JoJo. And then I was talking to, I think, Mad Max as well. Like, I was just talking to people. And it made me feel like, oh, I'm kind of part of something a little bit. Okay, I'm looking forward to coming back to this stream. I'm looking forward to this. Wait, I want that feeling too for people. I would love if people are looking forward to joining a stream, talking with everyone in chat and talking with me, and we're just all like hanging out. Like, how awesome is that? And so that was what spurred me into wanting to get back into streaming. Not because I was like, okay, this great game's coming out, let me play. Oh, let me show everyone how to edit. It was just like, I want to talk to people. I want to have a good community. I want to share life with all of you guys, you know? Like I said, we're all on this rock together. Like, let's be together. Let's hang out. Let's have fun. So, yeah, my biggest point to anyone who's starting to stream is talk to people in chat. Not just your own chat, like you're reading it nonstop, but like go to other people's chats and just strike up a conversation. You never know. Like, that's what happened to me. I went to Crystal's channel and here I am now talking to you guys who all know Crystal as well. Like, you know, it's cool how it all kind of like folds into itself. So yeah, I mean, I love you guys. Not to get too deep,
Oh,
I love you guys. You know, it's meaningful for me. Like, even if I have only the people I know from streaming in chat, that's still good enough for me. Like, I'm so thankful for the people that I know. Like, you guys are amazing, man. Thank you. Thank you for just being my friends and laughing at my ridiculousness. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
yeah. Well, I can't speak for everyone, but I'm sure we do, especially for me. Like, I appreciate this community. Like, oh, like me and you, we just share the same vision of what we want to see in terms of like how to grow a community.
I agree. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
guess we always like just bounce off ideas off each other, like soundboarding, because like you're an extrovert campaigner and I'm like an introvert advocate, so it goes hand in hand kind of thing. It's awesome. Like, we're always in a flow state when we're talking. It's great.
Pretty much. I mean, we've been talking for like 2.5 hours. I mean, like, it
Really
feels like 10 minutes to me.
Yeah, I feel like 10 minutes for me too.
It's just like, it's just easy because talking with you doesn't feel like, all right, I'm getting interviewed and let me answer the right way. It's like, I can just talk. I can just be me, and it's super simple. And may I say something that Andrew said real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I think it's pertinent to the conversation. He said, one of the best words of wisdom streaming that, wow, dyslexia setting in. One of the best words of wisdom with streaming that was given to me is that, quote, streaming is being in a room. And if people come and hang out, then that's you hanging in the room being together. I agree. Like, it's just hanging out. Like, you don't need to be this laugh a minute, amazing entertainer. Just like hang out, be real with people. Yes, that blessed. I don't have it enabled, but yeah, it's just being together. Like, sometimes people just don't even want to chat. They just want to sit and listen, hang out, watch a game. Like, they don't, you know, lurkers or whatever. Like, they don't need to be like super engaged, but they'll still have your stream on. And so it's good to just drop ideas, talk, be like, I hate to say be interesting, but just be the interesting person that you are as an individual person. We're all interesting in some way. So I would just say, let's just all, you know, be interesting together. We're all snowflakes falling from the sky.
Yeah, that was a good point that you brought up. Just like be yourself kind of thing. Because there's also two sides to that, and once again, depends on your intent and your mindset. And from what I've seen, it's like you can also have that corporate mindset too. Like, some people do treat this as a business. It's like they're always paying attention to numbers too.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like eventually we're gonna have that sweet spot if we strive and work hard for it. It's like, all right, we see what's what works and what doesn't, and we
Yeah.
can do this and that. But I want us to keep that like core self as much as we can for
I agree.
that core
I
vision.
agree. Yeah. Yeah. The core vision of just be like, it's like the small community mindset, even if you get like massive. Like in my mind, it's like, still care and like be like, okay, I hate to say I have a streaming persona because I really don't. This is like, if you meet me in real life, I talk with my hands like this. I'm like all over the place. That's like who I am. This is me. The difference is, I guess, on stream, I am a bit more over the top, I would say. Sure. But I mean, in real life, I'm still very boisterous. I'm still very animated. I am a bit over the top, but I think on stream, it just gives me that like easiness to when I'm playing. I'm like, no, and like I can freak out a little bit more just because it is a little more funny and entertaining. And when I watch scary movies, if I'm in the movie theater watching a scary movie, I'm like this. I'm not like, but when I'm playing a game with you guys, I'm like, and I like freak out because I feel like streaming gives me the freedom to like just let the emotions and let like the realness like come out. It just gives me that feeling because I am literally in a room by myself. Well, my cat's over there, but I'm here alone. Like I don't need to worry about like if some guy in the audience like is like, man, that guy shut up. Like, dude, you don't need to yell like crazy. Like it's just a movie. You know what I mean? Like I can do whatever I want because it's my stream and it's like fun for me and I can react. So
Yeah, I would say
aw.
for me, I, I don't think I have a streaming persona per se, but
Mm-hmm.
like this is me, like how it is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not to sound negative, but like it's like, yo, I'm gonna tell you the same shit I'm gonna tell you in real life. All right, cool. You know?
Well, okay, I think we've talked enough
Yeah,
where I mean not on this, but we've talked enough just in general, you and I, where I
yeah.
think like if I'm that kind of person where I won't hold something back. Like because I'm an overthinker, 100% I overthink. And if I'm like, crap, I said something to this person. Oh, they're probably thinking about it. Oh no, they probably think I don't like them, or they're thinking like negatively. Ah, crap. All right, JoJo, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him, and then I just say it. Like that's just like how I am. I'm like that person. I'm like no fear. I'm just like, look, this is how I feel. Here's my feelings. Take it or leave it. Like I don't like to leave things kind of just like hanging, at least for me. And then usually, actually, more or less all the time, they're always like, no, what are you talking about? Like I'm not even thinking about it anymore. Like it doesn't matter. So I'm like, oh, overthinking strikes again. But I'm glad I overthink though, because I really do empathize and care about people's feelings, and I don't want to hurt people, and I don't want them to be, because I don't want someone to like be like, man, Hugs, you suck, dude. Like, please just stop. And I'll be like, what did I do? You know what I mean? Like I would want them to tell me, like, give me the reasons at least. Like say why. Like, oh, you yell too much, or you don't let JoJo talk during his own podcast. Like just tell me what it is that you think I could improve, and I'll love you for it. But if you just say like, you suck. About what? Like tell me. What is it then? Like, okay, thank you. So that's like the only response I could give when someone says like I suck. It's like, thank you. What else do I say? Like there's no criticism there. It's just an insult. So yeah.
No, man, you're good. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
sorry. I go off on tangents a lot.
uh,
That's
no,
kind of how my brain
I
works.
like it because our brain, it's almost like we're just like bam, 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 right? Because it's
Mm,
like you'll just talk off tangent, go in a rabbit hole. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like I'm more of a listener kind of person. Like, oh, and then if you want me to chime in, I will chime in gladly. But like,
mhm,
I like letting people's thoughts flow because I'm like, holy shit. Like,
mhm,
I'm not saying like fucking complex, but it's like, wow, this is how you think.
mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
That's like how I'm like
I
taking
don't
things
mind sharing my
internally.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I mean,
yeah,
as
go
far
ahead.
as like storytelling or things like that, like when I play games, like
Yeah.
I when we were playing Among Us like a couple weeks ago, and Crystal was like, "Do you practice these voices?" And I was like, "No, actually, I don't. Like, it just happens. Like, it just kind of happens to me. Like, I just become like Herbert, or I forget the other brothers' names. You know, I can become those people. Like, it's just I want to be in that moment and live like that feeling that they have. So because for me, that's like I hate to be selfish, but like I'm entertaining myself. You know,
Oh
this
yeah.
is like I'm doing this because I'm having a great time and I'm loving it and I'm laughing at myself, and this is just like fantastic for me. So if it trickles down to make you guys happy and you guys like enjoy it, then I love that. But like as far as stories or like when I was playing Sleeping Dogs or things like that, like I don't like sit down and be like, all right, let's see here. Today I'll pretend to be a doctor, and then I'll pretend to be a mechanic. Like I don't think about it. I'm just running around the world, and it's like, wait a minute, this grandma has a twin. Wait, I can, like it just happens. Like, and I think the fact that it's so organic is what leads it to be so entertaining, at least for me. Because if I already know the script in my head, it's not going to be funny for me. And again, I'm trying to entertain me. I want the lulls. I need the lulls. Yeah. So, um,
That's
sorry, I was partially commenting on chat, but I just
oh,
it,
that's
it
fine.
actually was something that I wanted to say. Like, I do like everything's like extemporaneous. You know, I don't, and it's kind of going with what we're saying. Like, I don't like filter my feelings or like stuff when I'm on stream. I just like let it flow because it's who I am, and I wear my feelings on my face and like all over me. So like if people can see I'm not enjoying a game, I'm just like and they're like, "Hey, it looks like you're not having fun." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't hide it. I can't hide the fact. I can't be like, this is so great." And I'm just like dying on the inside. That's not who I am. So I'm like, "All right, Alt F4 and accidentally Alt F4 the stream and and then restart." Yeah, so that's just kind of how it is for me. So, yeah. Yep. Anyway, can I grab a water real quick? I'm just like
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
out of liquid and I feel like I
Yeah.
need something to drink. All right, 1 second. It's like be 10 seconds max. Okay, like 30, 17.9 seconds. BRB.
Yeah, go for it, man. Well, hope you guys are enjoying the first episode of this podcast. Brought to you by water, Hydro homies. Drink up, stay hydrated.
Wow. Counting down. I beat you. I got here at 13. I saw it. I win. I win. 17.9
Oh
exactly. You're
man.
right. I did it. 17.9 exactly. All right, yeah. I won't drink any more today though. I really want to, but I gotta save. I need to wait for Whiskey Friday. I will abstain. Delay gratification. That's okay. Water. I love water.
Hmm.
Cheers for the Hydro Bros and ladies. Cheers, cheers, cheers. I'm just so used to drinking like water on stream that I felt like I'm like I have nothing to reach for and drink right now. I need something, and I was like, I don't want to just pour neat scotch right now. I need water. I want something cold. So yeah. Do you have
Oh,
any
so for your stream, like, what other
Mhm.
things do you have planned? Like, I guess so far. Oh, I may ask.
Yeah, so I actually in case you guys don't know, I was doing this when I get 100 subs. I'm doing a IA cosplay. I believe it was yesterday or the no, I didn't stream yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. I reached that goal. So um I need to order the Aya cosplay stuff, and we'll do a full Aya cosplay stream, which will be fun. I'll do the makeup for you guys. I'll do it all. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna do the costume, the wig, everything. So it'll be fun. That'll be a fun stream, just for like the lulz, if anything else. And I'll play like the like nonstop, just to annoy everyone as much as possible. That's how male cosplay. That's how to male cosplay on Twitch. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I have that coming up. Of course, I'll let you guys. I'll let everyone know when, because I don't know when the costume comes. So that's one thing I'm doing. As far as like what I see in the future, like short term, like very short term, like within the next month or so. I'm gonna keep playing some games. I'm looking how I can integrate RP into games that maybe don't have RP, which I kind of do just naturally. But so it's not like I'm like fishing for it, but like let's take like Pro Gymnast, that game I was playing, and I like gave him a name and a backstory.
That was
Like,
hilarious.
Bobby. It's just, I don't know why it just happens. Like it just comes out of me, because I think for me, as a visual storyteller, like when I like cinematography, or like I'm working on a movie, like I love the story and I want the story to be I want to have that feeling. And so if I'm just sitting here playing a game, oh, I missed that. Oh, oops. Oh, got it. Cool. Next. Like like for me, there's no story. Like it doesn't matter if I beat the game or not. It matters the journey to get there. Like when I did the Alien Isolation, and what was her name? Terry? No,
Taylor.
Taylor. It kind of boned me though, because I thought I was at the end of the game, and so I was like spraying my flamethrower all over the place, like wasting bullets. But it was still, and I honestly did not know that she was waiting for me. I thought I was waiting for her to do like a sequence or something. But yeah, I mean, I I feel like as far as my stream is concerned, like I love single player games, like playthroughs. I just did the Outlast like full playthrough plus DLC in one sitting. Like those kinds of streams for me are really fun. I love Apex and I love Valorant. And those are like kind of cornerstones. If like I don't really know what I want to do and I'm thinking about it, I can just kind of like turn my brain off a little bit and play. But I'm gonna be doing like horror game stuff when it's October for like Halloween month. I'll probably do a costume on Halloween. I don't know what yet, but it'll be something fun, maybe interesting. Um, those kinds of things. And then I guess like longer term, just keep growing my community as much as I can. Like keep making friends, keep entertaining. Like I'm not looking like, okay, this is my lifeblood and I give up everything and I'm streaming. Like I'm so fortunate and so grateful that I can work from home and that I can kind of make my own schedule to where I get to stream like when I want. I work and I stream, and it's like I'm so grateful. Jeez, it's crazy. Like I'm so thankful and grateful that I get to do this. It's it's actually really nice. Like because comparing from the first time I streamed and then now, it's like so different. Like I was doing this just to get affiliate and I could care less about like any end goal or anything. Now I'm streaming because I enjoy it, and I still don't really care. Like I do care about an end goal, but not like you said, like the corporate mindset where it's like numbers, 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 numbers. I need numbers. It's more like if I can make one person smile, one who's not me, because I make myself smile all the time anyway. If it's one other person besides me laugh or smile, job well done. Job well done. Like that's it for me. Like I do love to entertain people, and I do love to make people laugh and smile, whether it's at me or with me. I'm good with either, because I want that. Like if I go watch the stream and I'm not having a good time, then why am I even there? Like I hang out, but I go and I watch the stream and I'm laughing and I'm having fun, and it's like great. And so I want to impart that on other people as well. Um, yeah, for me, it's definitely like more of a self motivation and like us. I hate to say social experiment, but it's like a personal experiment for me to better myself every day. To As I've gotten older, I actually have gotten less extroverted. I have become more of an introvert. But when I'm on stream, I feel like my old, like younger self, where I'm just like, yeah, and I'm just like, no cares in the world, just like, you know, bright eyed and bushy tailed and like ready to take on life. Like when I stream, that's how I feel. And so it's more of like a self building that I'm doing on stream. And like, I like being able to keep my mind sharp and maybe come up with something funny to say, or have a situation happen in the game and I'm like cracking up because I can't even keep a straight face. Like those are things that I'm looking like to do, but not I'm I'm not like, okay, how can I be funny? How can I be funny? How can I be funny? I don't want to think that, because if I overthink it, it's not going to be funny.
Right.
It's just let things happen organically, and like let the community or people who enjoy the stream come organically. Like I'm not about the like, all right, let's get on Twitter. All right, going live, guys. Super fun stream today, guys. All right, cool. Like I don't even tweet. I don't tweet. I'm ever going live. Like I'm here. And I know that's probably not good for my numbers, whatever, but like again, I'm looking to make the one person smile. That's like, you come in my stream and you laugh at me because you're like, oh my gosh, what a doofus. Good, great, perfect. That's what I want. I completed my job. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of like my goals for now as far as streaming is concerned. So it's not like I'm this like S class, like, oh yeah, best stream you've ever seen, bro. I mean, I'll do my best. I will do my best every day, but I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to guarantee a complete, like, oh man, XQC level, like 80,000 viewers every day. Like, I mean, of course it'd be awesome, but I'm not like, I'm being a realistic person and I'm thinking I just want to positively affect people's lives. That's all. Like, if it's like I said, one person, five people, it's cool with me. Like, I'm not mad. I'm actually happy if I can make people smile. So that's where I'm at.
That's for sure. And
How about
t-
you?
to
Oh, sorry.
so to go back of like what you said of like overthinking, right?
Mhm.
So funny story that happened to me. Like I was coming up with a mix, right?
Mhm.
And like I was overthinking it so much that it turned out like to be crap. I'm not gonna tell you
Mhm.
what mix on my mix up, but I knew it was crap. I still posted up because I was like, all right, this is just gonna be a reminder for me, like not to think like that or be that way in terms of my intent mindset.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I get where you're at, and
Yeah.
usually like, all right, let me ask you, this, like, you still get
Yeah.
nervous before you press the buy button?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, me neither. But before like I'm starting a set, my stream, I'm like, oh
Mhm.
shit, I have this down, my visuals and everything. But like after you just do it and press live, it's just like a flow state for me.
Exactly. Like I get on, and I mean, I'm not. I used to be super duper nervous. Like I told you before. I was like, can can I push the button? No, wait, hold on. It's like, and I don't even know what I was afraid of or what I was like nervous about. Because looking back, it's like, wait, what am I doing? Am I doing something differently now? Not really. Like I'm the same, but I'm just less wound up in like the anticipation of like, okay. It's more just like, okay, let me get my music ready. Let me get, Discord ready. Let me like set up all my windows and live, play music, go grab a water, wait 3 minutes, make sure last preparations, and hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Like it's just like this. And I remember reading somewhere that it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. And I've been streaming consistently for over 21 days. And so for me, it's like a habit now. And it's such a positive habit where I feel like I truly look forward to streaming. Like, even I was supposed to take Sundays off just to give myself a break, and I didn't. I streamed anyway because I was just like, I want to do it. So it's like I almost have to force myself to not stream because I'm looking forward to it that much. Where it's just like, okay, hold on, give yourself a break, let yourself breathe, like take a mental, like, calm down, get some sleep, eat a good meal. Cause like I don't eat on stream basically, unless I'm doing like a 17-hour stream. Then I'm like, hold on, I need some noodles, guys, and then that's it. Like I just don't eat because like I'm getting food for my soul when I stream. So it's like I don't feel hungry. I just I feel happy and I feel grateful and thankful. So I'm not thinking like, "Ooh, I'm so hungry," or like, "Oh, is this stream almost over? Can I like go do stuff?" I'm not. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna play video games anyway. I'm gonna like chat with you guys anyway. Like I would much rather be streaming and having fun on a stream, since I'm gonna be doing the exact same thing anyway off stream. So it's like it doesn't. There's no like need of separation, except for the fact that I do need time to like zen out or feel like that moment of like, okay, yes, here's my day off. Let me just like relax. Let me catch up on some like anime or some whatever. So
So you
yeah, I
just
mean, like
you just
yeah.
answered my next question. Like, what if you're concerned with like burning out and you already know your limits? So there's
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, even when I do my whiskey Fridays, soon to be maybe sake Saturdays. We'll see, you guys. Hold on. I just gotta find some good sake. Need to go to like Whole Foods or something. Um, or like a Japanese market. Um, even when I drink more than most people would drink, even if they go out on like a night out on the town, I don't get hungover. I don't know why. I guess I metabolize alcohol very well. Um, I drink a lot of water too while I'm drinking, so I stay hydrated. And I just like the next day, am I a little tired from lack of sleep? Sure, but I'm not like, oh, my head. It's more just like, hmm, how do I change the frame rate in this game? Or like the things are just slower because of I'm like slow mentally, like from not sleeping. So things are slower on a Saturday for sure. But once I get into the flow state, I'm good. And to not burn out, it's just that like for basically forcing myself to just take a day, let myself recharge, even though like I may not even realize I'm burned out. I just because I just want to keep going. I just want to keep doing it. Like that was me in gymnastics. Like when I first started, I was doing like 1 day a week, but that wasn't enough for me. Like by week 3, I was already up to 4 days a week because I needed to do it. Like I felt like if I wasn't in the gym improving, I was wasting my time. And so, I mean, eventually I was doing 6 days a week, like every day after school, and then on Saturday, like 4-hour practices every day. So Sunday was like my rest day. Mainly because my parents were like, you need to rest and we're gonna make you rest. And so like maybe that's why I thought like Sunday's a good day for me to rest, just because my like upbringing. But now I kind of feel like Sunday's a bad day to rest, and I'd rather do like a Tuesday or like a Thursday, so I can catch JoJo's mixes. Everyone, JoJo's mixes on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, so like juggling a day off is difficult for me because I just want to stream. Like there are days when I have to work and I can't stream, and I feel like, oh, work is in my way for the thing that I want to do. So that kind of sucks sometimes, because then not only am I not taking a day off to like recharge, but I'm missing my stream as well. And I mean, yes, I'm making money from work, but like it just feels like I've wasted a day streaming, as opposed to like took a day to let myself not burn out. So yeah,
Interesting. Yeah,
that's
for
kind of who I
me,
am. I'm like a go hard kind of person. So
for
yeah.
me, like I haven't really burnt out yet since I just right now I just stream like once a week, but like
Hmm.
behind the scenes, I'm just like always digging and digging for like music, whether it's new or
Hmm.
old, because like I'm always
Yeah.
looking for that certain sound or certain like vibe for the next
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
But I do get burnt out sometimes, like
Hmm.
where like okay, like I just need to like get off the internet kind of thing, and
I see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Like
I
disconnect a little bit.
right because like I'm
Yeah.
always connected. Like I'm very grateful, but like I'm always connected with you guys, whether it be on Discord or Twitch. But like
Hmm.
sometimes, like I just need to just disconnect, just chill out, go for a walk,
Yeah.
read a book, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like if I don't do that, then the rest of my week is gonna be like decline, or
Hmm.
it's gonna have
Hmm.
call it a
Negative.
negative
Negative effect. I don't know. I actually don't know the word you're or the phrase or word you're reaching for.
but I drink too much
A.
wine.
You had one glass.
I had two. I had two.
Oh, you had two.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
poured another one, but diminishing return.
Oh, diminished. Yes, the DR.
Yeah,
Yep. Okay.
because I
Gotcha.
could
Gotcha. Gotcha.
feel that during the week where I'm just like, okay, if I didn't rest, like just keep going and going and going, like whatever I'm
Hmm.
trying to like put out there or deliver, it's just
Hmm.
gonna suck. And that was the mix that
Mm,
sucked for me. So yeah,
mm,
it all goes full circle.
I see. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. Huh.
So yeah, you're right on just taking a breather for like one day at least.
Yeah. I mean, I think even though I don't want to, I know it's good for me to do it. Um. Yeah, like I know that I do need that little bit of like mental recharge, or like I can just go on, even if I am just going on Twitch and watching someone else stream, it's still like I'm getting energy from someone as opposed to giving it to other people. So I yeah, like I'm every time I stream, I'm like pouring out like my my water into a cup. I'm like, here, have some, have some, have some, have some, have some, and eventually it's gonna be like empty. I'm like, ah, hold on, guys. I gotta run to the well real quick. Pepper run my way over to the well and like fill it up. And so, that comes from either just resting or playing games off stream, chatting with you, those kinds of things. So there's lots of ways to recharge for me, but I do know that like I mean I got to do my laundry, I've got to clean my place, like there's like lots of things I need to do. IRL, go grocery shopping, like those kinds of things. So I have to do that. So I do have to take time to do that, and usually I do that on my day off. I feel like I didn't shave here correctly. Yeah, there's like hair. There's like 3 long hairs right here, and it's bugging me so much. Now everyone's looking right here. Good. Look, enjoy. Enjoy.
I remember this one clip of you playing the doctor and sleeping dogs. That was so hilarious.
Oh, the one I banish your ailments or whatever I said. That one?
Yeah, like did you know that was gonna happen when you like hopped over those chairs?
No,
That was
I
funny.
thought when I hopped over them, it was either one, you're gonna do nothing, or two, they would just make like some noise and I could react to that. I didn't know they were gonna like fly off and like I had no idea that was gonna happen. But I when I was lining
Uh,
up and I was like, all right, everyone, the doctor is leaving for today. And I was just thinking, like, what would be funny for a doctor to do on his way out? Oh yeah, hop over these chairs, like, like parkour over them. And so then, yeah, it kind of like just all fell together, you know. And then my okay, one reason I suck at typing is because my brain is working way faster than my fingers can go. So I'm like trying to type, and it's like, wait, hold on, brain, hold, wait, communicate with fingers first, communicate with fingers first. And so, like, I prefer to just talk. So streaming is actually beneficial to me because I don't need to type, you know, because otherwise, like, if there was no microphone and I had to type to everyone, oof.
Oof.
Oof, that would be not good. So yeah, just like things kind of happen in my mind. It like races all the time. Like I'm a little ADD, so I'm just like always like looking and watching and thinking, and it's just like happening, you know. And so when I play a game, if something, there will just be something that happens, and it just starts this snowball effect into like a story within a story within a story, you know. And I don't know how to, I don't know why it happens, and I don't know how, like, I can't just make it happen. I wish I could.
It's
Like the
not
first
like
time I
an
played,
so it's not like an on and off switch. It just happens.
yeah, like, okay, well, the first time I played Pro Gymnast, there was no story. I just made this fat weird looking character, and then that was it. And I played, and it was fun. Like the physics of the game are fun, and it's an interesting way to play a game. But the next time I played, I don't know why all of a sudden just like Bobby popped into my head. I'm like, Bobby, he's doing this because his wife left him and his 5 kids hate him. It just like happened. I like don't know where it came from. It just, as I was playing, I was like, come on, Bobby. Bobby, like, he needed a name because I needed a way to express his poorness at performing. I mean, even though I'm the one controlling them, but like for me, these characters are themselves. I'm just giving them a voice. And so I don't think like I'm Hugs and I'm this character. It's like they are them. I'm their internal monologue. Like that's all I can do is just be their voice because they're not voice acted or they don't have a story. You know, like that grandma, the twin grandmas, the one on the cane, and they're like, they're literally NPCs walking through a city, but I gave them a story because it struck me at that moment. And I didn't know she had a twin even. Okay. I was just, helping the poor old lady, like walking along with her. And then they got to the corner of the street. And then this, from coming from this side, was the dude and her twin. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is gold. This is the twin now? Like it just organically like unfolded into this like magical story. So like when people say like you can't like write this kind of stuff, like that's so true. Like I can't sit down and like come up with like amazing things because it's not gonna happen. Like I need the game to tell me what to do, kind of thing. It like just happens. So when I play, I'm gonna give this away, but I'm gonna play Hitman pretty soon. Or
Hey,
Hitman 2 actually. I'm gonna skip
pipes in the chat.
Hitman 1. Hype in the chat for Hitman. Yeah, like I will play Hitman 2 because I know that there's just gonna be so much for me to do. Not because I can RP my way through the game, but I just know that there's so many different ways you can finish a mission, whether it dress up as like a baker or like just straight on shoot someone or whatever it is. There are so many unique ways to complete a mission, and those so many unique ways will give me and my brain something where it's just going to turn into something. Like I can see it, I can feel it already. Like I don't know what's going to happen. Again, I can't script it, but like whatever happens. Like it's just going to be what it is. So it's just kind of like what happens to me. So, and you know what? Maybe when I play it, there won't be any great story. I don't know. It might be like 3 hours in before something truly like content worthy happens. I don't know because I've never played the games before, so I don't know like how long it takes to set up or how long it takes to like get into like a costume or a character or like I don't know any of those things. So I don't know if you just like you're on like in the mission, or do you have to like travel? Like, I don't know anything about like how the game is set up mission based wise. I just know that there's lots of options to complete every mission. That's all. So yeah.
Dude, that's gonna be fun. Like, I'm looking forward to that playthrough. Like, even though I've seen like probably a few playthroughs other people, but like
Mm-hmm.
what I really care about is like how you play it or how someone else
Mm-hmm.
plays it, because it's always a different playthrough. It's always a different
Yeah.
vibe, a different feeling to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was okay. Those are actually like the biggest compliments I've gotten. This headphone's totally dead now.
Oh,
Come on, headphone, please. This side I can't hear anything. I'm only hearing on this channel now. Um, that's some of the biggest compliments I've gotten on my channel is that people like came into my channel and said like, "Oh, I've played this game a million times," or like I've watched people play this game a million times, but watching you play it is so entertaining. And it's just like, really? Like I'm not trying to be like, I will be so entertaining and you will love it. Like, that's not how I am. It's just I'm so immersed in the story. Like I was playing the stupid Colonel Sanders like chicken. Oh yeah, what's up, Teak? No, O'Reilly. Yeah, like I was so immersed in like that story, even though it's ridiculous and an asinine story. And I'm a dude, but I guess I'm playing a girl who's falling in love with Colonel Sanders. But it was still so fun to like read, and I got so immersed in it that I actually kind of forgot I was streaming, and I was just reading all the dialogue and acting all the parts because that's just kind of what I do. So yeah, I mean, like having that experience for myself, if it translates good for chat, that's great for me. But like I'm not looking to be this like super entertaining person. I love it if I am, but I'm not like, how okay, today comes the day when entertainment happens. Like that's just not me. Like I'll just let things happen as they happen. And when it's funny, it's funny. And, you know, when there's downtime, there's downtime. Like, I wasn't funny or entertaining the whole way through Alien Isolation. I had 17 hours of griefing, you know, but there were some great moments. Like when that android burned himself in the fire. And I was like, that's right, android. You know, like it just happens. Like, and again, I can't script that. How did I know he would walk into the fire and kill himself? I didn't know that.
scripted, guys. Scripted.
Yeah, right. It's all scripted. It's all scripted. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the
So
android's name was Billy.
oh yeah, it was Billy. That's so funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I mean, how long do you want to go? I mean, it's been like 3 hours, so I don't
Um,
know how long
I
podcasts are. That's
I
usually
feel
like Joe
like
Rogan's thing, right?
we can stop here. It's a good stopping. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, we covered a lot of topics today.
yeah. And would you be down to like come back on?
Of course. Yeah. I
Oh
mean, you know
yeah,
me, I love to talk. So,
yeah. I love to listen
and you
too.
can pick my brain about whatever subject you have. So yeah. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for taking the time for this. I know you
Yeah.
wanted to stream too. So I think
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna
you're gonna
go ahead.
continue stream, right? That's
Will I continue to
yeah.
stream?
Or you're
I
just
mean, I
gonna be
was
like,
feeling a little under the weather, but I do feel better now. So I'm gonna take like a 2-minute break, go to the bathroom, um, stretch a little bit, and then I will decide. I will probably stream something, but it's most likely just gonna be like a shooter like Apex or Valorant or something.
cool, man.
I might even play some Dota. I might, because my chair, of course, is an official Dota 2 chair. And I love the game, and I haven't played in a while. And some of my people in chat wanted me to play Dota. So I'll probably, yeah, I could play some Dota. I could play some Dota.
All
I'll
right,
probably
man.
do that. I haven't
Well,
played in a while. So
I'll catch you around.
yeah.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
cool, JoJo. Well, thanks for
Oh,
having me
yeah.
on, my dude. Yeah. So See you later.
See ya.
All right. Thanks again, man.
Bye, guys. Bye, chat.